that. But after they'd been gone a week or so, I said, "Where's the closest port we can reach you?" So they had us come, Janice's mother and I, to Tahiti. We stayed a week there while their ship was in port at Tahiti, and that was a nice experience. I've never gone to Tahiti without having had the chance to visit Bruce and Janice, but it was a good, fun time. Then let's see, I guess I've asked when Ronald and Peggy came back from Topeka to live in Colby. They got a house on Harvey Court, and Ronald practiced law as well as continued farming with his sons. But the story I guess I'm leading up to is the night when Bruce was playing with the Sunflower Singers in the community building at a show. It was a national kind of a patriotic show. We knew when we came into town it was going to be a bad night to get home because it was snowing pretty good. We decided to go on home, though even it was snowing real bad, because Aunt Rosa was at home and Albert thought we needed to go home to be with her. And we got to the 4-mile corner, and it's hard to see where the corner was, and Albert drove in the ditch, and he went into the farmstead at that corner and called into Ronald that we're stuck, come out and get us. So Ronald gave us his car to try it again. We got stuck a second time, and so Albert, about in the same place, I guess still on the road, maybe not in the ditch that time. So Ronald came out to get us again, and when he got us back into town, he said, "There's a bed, so stay overnight. Don't go out and get stuck on any more times." So that was our good experience to get to stay overnight at Harvey Court. In 1975, I was invited to be the editor of the newsletter for the Thomas County Historical Society. Stick around, Pam. You might hear something. You might disagree with me. In 1976, we changed the name of the newsletter to Prairie Winds, and I've been doing that for 12 years now. That's a good experience. We also published The Land of the Windmills that year, 1976. Also, in 1976, September 5th, we had the dedication of the Cultural Arts Center. After that, in 1980, it was an opportunity for Joe Steele to play in a piano recital sponsored by Fort Hays University. It was her junior recital. She was also accompanied by Jerry and Phil, who were vocal artists at that recital. I guess I need to report or tell about the happy times when Albert enjoyed his grandsons, Lon, Jean, and Brian, out on the farm, helping them learn tractor driving and working the fields. And it made me think of how Grandpa Snellbaker had enjoyed as he got to watch Ronald learning to do work in the field and to participate in farm family life. Then I've chosen a picture. Portray a little earlier than that time, when Ken and Sheila had come up from Texas at Christmas. We had a big blizzard and they were stranded in Colby for a while. But the reason I'm using this picture is it shows the oldest one of each of the three families, the oldest grandchild. Lon's on my left, Jerry in the middle, and Amy on my lap, with Ken and Sheila behind Albert and I. That was In 1971, we celebrated our 40th wedding anniversary. Had lots of Nebraska relatives as well as our own family. Took the opportunity then to take a picture of our family, Albert's immediate family. They were all present at that for that picture except Pam. Pam was a little baby, so she had stayed home with her Sloan grandparents. In 1981, we had the cousin reunion when nearly 50 or 70 of us came together. The cousins on my father's side of the family. They came from several states: New York, Montana, Texas, Washington, Minnesota, Colorado. Some were here for the first time to visit in the area where their grandparents had, parents and grandparents had lived as young people. That turned out to be lots of exciting times because of lots of good help from Ronald and Peggy, from Ken and Sheila, and from Sharon and Paul. In 1982, Jerry and Phil and Amy accompanied me to Germany. We went up the Rhine, saw Cologne, went to Hamburg, and from there went up to Schleswig-Holstein, where I got to see the girlhood home area of my grandparents. About that time, Ken was involved in the fund drive for the Citizens Medical Center, and he just now has helped Sheila as she was elected to be senator of the 140th district of Kansas. In 1883, I became patron of the Kansas Presswomen. Also was recognized as Friends of Education at a Kansas award program. In June 1984, when Ronald was president of the Historical Society, we built the sod house. I think this is showing Janice inside the starting of the walls of the sod house, and Chrissy and Jonathan are there with her, and I can remember Chrissy saying, somebody needs to sweep the floor. She noticed the little pieces of sod that had fallen off as the big sod bricks were laid on the wall. In the late 70s and early 60s, we enjoyed several trips with various family members to New York, where we had the opportunity to visit Howard, who's a principal horn player in the Metropolitan Opera Orchestra, and also to hear and visit with Sam Ramey. Then came a sad day in June 21st, 86, when we lost Ronald. Those are times when you have to realize that things will be different, but it also is a good time to think about God's care and the care of friends. I reviewed a little bit some of the things that we enjoyed when we had Ronald. Here's a picture of Aunt Rosa and Uncle John of Christmas, and on the top of their Christmas packages is a picture of Ronald when he was in high school. I think maybe it's his high school graduation picture. And another one was when Ronald and Ken, and I'm sure with Peggy and Sheila's encouragement, saw that I got to be a Paul Harris Fellow in Rotary. a picture of our last Christmas with Ronald. Here's 4 generations. So glad we took it. Grandma, Ronald, Brian, and little Nicole. I'm thinking about the nice time we had at Brian and Joletta's this fall when Joletta invited Priscilla Club members out for the meeting, and she entertained us real well, telling about the history of corn. She had some blue corn that she had ground to make blue cornmeal, made blue cornbread, and invited the ladies to each take home some ears of corn, various colors, and gave each one of them a sack with a cup of blue cornmeal. So we all got to go home and make our own blue cornbread. Albert Paul was born June 30th, 1986. And 1988 has been a very eventful year for me, starting out with my birthday party, my 75th birthday party, and all my family seeing that I had a good time, and friends came to the party at the Cultural Arts Center. Also this year has seen the completion of the Senior Progress Center, which has been a learning and a fulfilling experience working with various board members, including particularly Nat Hamill as chairman and Willie Englehart as treasurer. Then in October we had groundbreaking for our new church. Later in October we had the dedication of the new Prairie Museum of Art and History near the highway. So I have proclaimed that I feel like I've lived through an era of the greatest change. Bruce disagrees with me. He says, "Mom, you haven't seen anything yet." But I still feel like if you've lived in the Sod House days, learned about living off the land, went to school in a one-room school, and that has now turned into worldwide communication around the world, microwave ovens, etc. I think it's a mighty big change. So it led me to remember what Ken had written when I made the request for stories for the Frahm family album in 1986.